Year means New Year's resolution. Some of us are just, frankly, setting ourselves up to fail. So should we even bother? And is it worth it to have our kids learn about goal setting in this particular way as well? We're exploring the whole realm of resolutions this morning with Dr. C, child psychologist. Dr. David Chiarella is with us for a special New Year's edition of Healthy Living for Kids. Dr. C, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, to everybody at FMJ, and to your family as well.
Well, thank you much. So let's start with what's the psychology behind all of this? Why do so many of us fail miserably pretty much every year when it comes to these resolutions?
Well, the quick question or the answer is we set unrealistic goals. But you know, Steve, I did a little bit of research after we talked this week. And, you know, when we make resolutions about eating healthier, spending more time with family, going to the gym, losing weight, stop smoking, all of those kinds of things, I realized that thousands of years ago, in 2000 BC, the ancient Babylonians had a spring festival, and they promised during that time to pay off their debts and to return any agricultural equipment that they had borrowed. So it started then, it evolved through the Roman Empire and all the way up into the 20th century. But the answer to your question is it's often making unrealistic goals, you know, things that are rather lofty and too global, too vague in order for us to achieve them. And so consequently, we fail. And then it's like, why should we even bother?
I hear that. Believe me, like almost all of us have been guilty of it at some point. But is it still important, I guess, through this whole process to maybe identify some areas of improvement in your life, even if you don't end up making some sort of big life-altering changes?
I think it is. I think it is. And it's symbolic because it's the beginning of the year, you know, and again, historically, through all the generations that started around this time of the year. So I think it's important to say, you know, take stock of, look at ourselves, look at our family, look at ourselves as parents, look at ourselves as partners, as spouses, and decide, you know, are there some things that I can do better? And to write those down. And here's the key, Steve, this is really the most important. You have to resolve to be realistic. Because if you just say, I want to spend more time with my family, then I don't know what that means. But if you say, every week we are going to have a family game night, or I'm going to try to parent differently. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that every day I'm going to, in a random way, acknowledge my child doing something that I appreciate and let them know about it. And so those are things that we can measure. Those are things that we can achieve. And so it's a little bit easier then to take stock and say, you know, we are doing some things, and it is changing, and it's making a difference.
I like that. Those are a couple good ideas, too. So you think we should plant the seed with our kids, I guess, when it comes to goal setting in some way?
Yeah, I think this is a teachable moment. I mean, you know, I think you sit down and say, hey, you know, people have been doing these for decades and a number of years. And so we're going to start setting some goals. And this is a good time of the year to do that because it's a brand new year. So, Johnny, what would you like to do different? You know, and I think we want to make it so, you know, what do you want to do better is not as much as good as what do you want to do differently? What do you want to increase? What are some of the things that you would rather not do as much? And have them write them down. And then when you have them down, try to then translate those into specific things like, I'm going to study more. Okay, Johnny, what does that mean? Well, I'm just going to study more. Well, what does it mean? How about if we say you're going to study 15 minutes longer each day? So you take that goal and you make it specific, you make it measurable, and then you guys high five and say, let's go do it.
Yeah, read more. I mean, that's one that I feel like a lot of kids these days, especially.
How many pages or how many novels do you want to read more?
For sure, yeah.
What does that mean?
I like that. Be specific. So how important is it, do you think, for kids developmentally to kind of learn how to identify a goal and go after it and know the steps that need to be taken, I guess, to achieve that goal?
You know, Steve, you always ask the right questions. It's critical. It's absolutely critical. And it's because they, first of all, have to be introspective and think about what they're doing and how they're doing it. Secondly, they have to make a plan. And that plan is in some way changing how they behave. And this is pretty much what happens through life. You know, when you go and you have an event and perhaps it doesn't turn out your way, you have to take stock, take a look at it, and then move from that and say, what's your plan moving forward? So I think it's critical. And I think it's an excellent opportunity during the new year to sit down today and say, what are we going to do? And maybe just say in the next month, not the rest of the year, just in the next month.
Yeah, no, I love it. As a parent, I think one of my proudest moments seems to be when you feel like that light bulb comes on. Your kids are making their own suggestions about things like that.
And they're actually doing it.
Exactly, gives you all the warm fuzzies. Well, Dr. C,
And that's when you acknowledge the fact that they're doing it. I appreciate how you're sticking to your plan.
oh, for sure, yeah. Like make sure that they feel seen as well. We always see you, and I know you can't see us right now, but that's okay. I hope you have a great New Year, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. All right.
All right. Take care.
You too. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to everybody out there.